Guys, great week this past week. Let's start here on US 30. As you can remember, what we had analyzed um, before we entered was price had broken above this level over here. We did take it from the from the daily time frame. Let me just take you through everything. And on the daily time frame, we had identified that we are stuck in this range. Not really stuck in the range, but we identified that price was moving up for a long period of time. So the general consensus for us was that price would continue going up. When we analyzed, price had already come down to this area over here and had already started moving up. We then dropped to the 4-hour time frame and we saw that price was failing to break this level here on the 4-hour time frame. We then said to ourselves, if price, rather price then broke after these touches here, price broke above and it was making its way down. When we looked at the market on Monday, price was here and we said, okay, let's wait for price to come down. Price failed actually to come all the way down. I then identified this area during the week as an area of interest here because we had a couple of touches, 1, 2, and this was the third touch. So after price came here and bounced up, I thought I had missed my opportunity to enter. But luckily price came down again. When price came down and gave me this reaction on a smaller time frame, I saw it as a double bottom. Sorry for that. I saw it as a double bottom and a good opportunity for me to enter. I entered here at this shooting star candle formation and I went for my 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. And as you can see, I could have put my stops just here actually, just below that, but I just wanted to give it some breathing space and I put it right under this line here. Let me do this. I put it right under this line over here just for breathing space, but as you can see I did not need to do that and I would have gotten better rewards had I put it just below here, but again, rather safe than sorry. It was a 1, 2, 3, so it was around there somewhere. What's happening? Anyways, it was a 1, 2, 3 risk to reward. So with US 30, nice trade. And then we also evaluated Euro USD. Also fairly good. We also started with Euro USD here on the daily time frame. Like I said, my first course of action is to see that Euro USD would go down. Why? Because here on the daily, we saw price push up and then price was now moving down. We had a key area here in the market. Price had already pushed down here, it had already come up for a retest. I said if price respects, we will get, let me drop down time frames quickly to make it clear. So price was up here retesting. I then said, okay, what I will wait for is for price to break this area and then retest this area before moving down. As you can see, we got a break. I dropped time frames again. I got a nice engulfing candle on the 1 hour. My first plan was to trade this to this level over here. That was my first plan. But it was not enough reward because in the long term I actually waiting for price to come down to this level. So when I saw that my risk to reward was only 1 to, it was like 1 to 1.3 or something. I thought to myself, no, let me go for a 1 to 2 around here somewhere, just below. So I took partial profits at 122, and then targeted at 123 with the rest of my position. My 123 was literally just missed. It just missed my 123, and after it missed my 123, I closed the rest of my position on the way up at at a 2.5. So in all, I think I made about 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 1 to 2.3 or something like that in total. Um, but all in all, it's been a good week. We'll see in the new week what price does, if it does continue to hold here and we're gonna trade it moving up, or if it will continue pushing down below this area. But if it does close below this area, I am quite confident that we'll see price come to this very low over here. Okay guys, like I always say, plan your trades and trade your plans. This has been a good week for me. Until the next one.
What's up, guys? Brandon here from Cornerstone FX, and as usual, I'll be taking over from here. We are back again with our market recap on what we were able to catch this previous week in the markets. And as you can recall, I'll be starting on gold. So, looking at gold, we were around this area here, big area of consolidation. I mentioned if we can get a tap into this area, a bounce, I'll be riding it up. I did mention that we need to look out for this downtrend. If we can get the break and retest, that'll be a much safer entry to ride it all the way back up to the 1795 level right there. However, I did also say to look out for the double bottom on the daily time frame for the 1760 level. But let me deep dive and show you what I was able to catch. So if I go down to the 1 hour time frame, let me show you right over here. Price played out perfectly this week. So quite funny. We weren't breaking this yellow zone right here. I did mention I noticed this slight downtrend. So I said if we do take any buys around this area, just be careful. Hopefully we can get a 1-to-1 right here, so we can go break even, and then only after the break we can then expect a full ride to the top. I said that, and I took an entry right about here. Very tight risk, as you can see. This was a 1-to-8, almost 1-to-9 risk to reward. So very tight stop loss that I had on it. I took a buy, and then I went to sleep. Price went straight up, basically touched that trend line to the T. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And as you can see, there is a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. So at that point, I should have gone break even. However, I took that trade early hours of the morning and I went to bed. Silly me, I was up almost 2 times my risk, and then price turned around, took me out. So I had a small loss. It was quite funny because I knew that's gonna happen, but we live and we learn. So I did take a small loss on gold initially. However, price then finally broke, and then we had a small retest right here, and then price flew down, going down to our 1760 level. When this happened, right? So price flew down, actually past the 1760 level. So I had no buy limit set. I always wait for price action. I always wait for candlestick confirmation. So price pushed down, had a big wick rejection, again pushed down, and then closed around here, and then again, sorry, price pushed down, came back up, and then closed bullish here. And this is where I took my entry, and then price went a little bit down, and then price started to fly. So right here, I took my entry because price did give us a bearish week, gave us another bearish week, and then showing some very bullish momentum. I took an entry right over here, and I was expecting to ride this all the way to the 1795 level right there. This is a 1 to almost 1-to-5 risk to reward, with my stops just a bit bigger. However, price moved up nicely into profit. I was up 2 times, almost 3 times my risk, or 2 times my loss that I took on this trade right over here. So I was up in great profit. Price then was failing to break this level. So price touched it, came back down, went back up again, touched it again, and right here I got taken out at break even. Unfortunately, price took me to break even because, as you can see, price then eventually flew. Nice higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, all the way up. Let me show you if had I kept that trade. Let me just take this out. Had I stayed in that trade, I'd have eventually hit price right around here on Friday. So it was a beautiful trade. I just unfortunately was not able to ride it the full way because I did get taken out a break even route about here. However, as you can see, price was failing to break this level. When we eventually broke it, we broke had a small retest here on the smaller time frames. I took an entry right over here, and within 1 hour, an hour maybe and a half, I hit my take profit perfectly, giving me a nice 1 to 3 risk reward. So I didn't walk away from gold, having gained nothing. I was able to get a 1 to 3 risk reward. So I had a small loss right over here, break even trade here, and then this trade actually put me in profit for the week on gold. But as you can see, price moved quite nicely. After that, we had a break above here. The retest was a bit lower. However, as you can see, price did continue to fly. So you could have scaled in on this gold trade all the way up to the 1795 level, almost hitting it to the T, as you can see right there. So that was my analysis on gold. If I drop down to NZD CAD, let me just go into the 4 hour quickly. As you can recall, we are in a very bearish trend on, as you can see here, very bearish trend on NZD CAD. When I analyzed this last week, at the beginning of the week, we were around this area right here. So I said to be safe, we were going to wait for the break retest to sell this down, or the break retest and ride it all the way back up to the weekly level. If I drop down to the 1 hour time frame, let me show you what happened exactly. So price eventually was making lower lows, lower highs, or equal lows and lower highs. And then we got a nice break right over here. Price then came back to retest this beautifully. And right around here with this bearish candle, that is where I entered the market. So I entered it right there with a nice 1 to 3. Price moved all the way down, almost giving me, 2 times my risk. Let me have a look here. Yes, 1 to 2 was hit. However, I was trying to ride it all the way down for a nice 1 to 3 risk to reward, and I held this at break even, and then price, as you can see, went all the way back up, taking me out at break even on this trade. This was towards the end of the week that price came back up. So when price again got to this area, I was not comfortable in taking another sell opportunity. I did see something right about here, but I didn't feel like holding this over the weekend because it was NFP as well with news coming out. I thought, you know what, I had a great trade with gold. I was up for the week. I didn't want to give back my profit, so I did see an entry right over here. The risk to reward would have been, 1 to 2 back down to this level, and 1 to 3 would be right down here. So I wasn't comfortable taking this trade. Price would have given me a 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 1.5 right over here as price came down. However, as you can see, price again went back up. So we'll have to see what we get in the new week. But it was a great week at Cornerstone. We caught some great trades, analyzed the market quite nicely. Before I let you guys go, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit us up on Instagram, Telegram. Let us know what it is that you'd like to see. If there's anything that's confusing you. The weekend has come to an end. This is our market recap. Tomorrow, the markets will be opening and we'll be looking at the week ahead again. Please stay tuned for the next video. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.